Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode. Today we are ranking all of the EFL Championship stadiums this season. And as you can see, here is our ranking system. We have at the top Mini Wembley. Then we've got Lovely, you'll see through this video, Lovely, maybe a bit of an overstatement, so just take it as nice. We've then also got Average, it's a football stadium, but it's nothing too special. And then we have a Grapple. It's not very nice. Our first stadium that we've got here is the Vitality Stadium, home to AFC Bournemouth, as of course we're doing this in alphabetical order. It's not a very nice stadium. It has a very small capacity of just over 10,000, and to think that this team was just a few years ago in the Premier League, and as a Premier League stadium, this is really under average. So that is why I've put it in the bottom tier on our ranking scale. Second up, we've got Barnsley FC, and this is a nice stadium. I like the terrace design, especially on that stand there. You can see, really like that stand. It's nice and small. I've put it in average because it is a bit of an average stadium. Your default kind of four-side boxy stadium, but it's nice. So I've put it in average. Now we've got St Andrews, home to Birmingham City, and personally I think it's not a very nice stadium. It may look alright, but it's home to the Blues. And as a Villa fan, I am automatically putting this stadium right down into the bottom tier. Next up, we've got Blackburn Rovers. I've put this in Love It because not only is it quite a nice stadium, but also the history of the stadium. Blackburn Rovers, not many people know it, but they actually won the Premier League, and then they got relegated a bit back. But it's still a solid football ground. Yeah, again, the history, in my opinion, is why this has won my vote. Great history. Surprised a lot of people that Blackburn won the league. But yeah, I've put them in Lovely. Now we've got Blackpool City, and I've put them in average because it's an alright ground. It doesn't have a huge capacity. It's quite average for a football ground. So yeah, the typical kind of championship stadium that you would see. So that is why I put Blackpool in average. Now we've got Bristol City, and this is the first team that I have put in Mini Wembley. Personally, I do actually think that this is kind of similar to a small version of Anfield, just one tier lower on all of the stands. It kind of has the same design, with there being one big stand around the middle. So it's got in Mini Wembley because it's a nice stand, and I think that it would be acceptable in the Premier League. So first club in Mini Wembley. Next up now we've got Cardiff City, and I've put them in Lovely, and which you probably can tell why I have over exaggerated the Lovely. It's better than average, I think. It's got a solid capacity. It looks quite nice. It's got sort of resembles actually the King Power Stadium in St Mary's. It's kind of just a bowl, but it's also got some additional stands added, which is why I like the design of the stadium. Now we've gone for Coventry, and again, it's the similar, the bowl kind of style, and I really like stadiums that go for that kind of design, and that is why I've put the stadium in Lovely, because It's quite a futuristic, modern looking stadium anyway, especially from the exterior because it's got the huge Rico building right next to it. So I've put them in love it, and yep, there's Coventry. Now we've got Derby County with Pride Park, and I think this is probably the nicest stadium in the Championship. It won't be for long when Arsenal go down, however. Just like to say that. 19th at the moment as of recording this. And I like this stadium, but it's big, lots of seats, the black and white, really like that. Derby County have got a nice stadium. It's nice to look at from the outside as well. That's always an important feature. So it's gone in mini Wembley alongside Bristol City. Next up, we've got Fulham with Craven Cottage, and I was thinking of putting this in average, but I decided I would put it in love it simply because of the cottage, which is placed in the corner of this stadium. Also, I like its positioning next to the riverside. You can see the little cottage there. I really like that little detail there. It's quite an old-fashioned style of a stadium. It's nice. It's small and contemporary, therefore I put it in lovely, and there is Fulham. Now we've got Huddersfield Town, and this is probably the most unique design of all of the stadiums on this list, and that is why I put it in mini Wembley. Now, while it may not have a huge capacity, I love the arch design that they have gone for. You also get some really nice views from the top, as you can see there, and a great looking stadium, to be honest, so I've put it in mini Wembley. The next stadium we've got is Hull, and you may expect me to put this in mini Wembley, but I've actually put it in Love It because I'm not a huge fan of that design. It looks nice from the inside, but I do like it a lot, but I don't feel like it's good enough to go in mini Wembley for me. Of course, Hull were in the Premier League, which is why they have such a nice stadium. But yeah, it's gone in lovely for me at the moment. Next up is Luton Town, coming from the EFL League One. They were promoted just last season, and this stadium isn't even a stadium, it's a ground. This is what you would expect in the National League. It's gone straight in shithole because that's what it is. It's not really that nice at all. Now we've got Middlesbrough Football Club, and they've gone in lovely. I noticed another kind of bowl there. Also, like the positioning of where they have put it. So yeah, all round, it's a pretty nice stadium that Middlesbrough have got there. Look at that positioning right next to the river. That is why it is called Riverside. So there's Middlesbrough, put them in Love It because cool stadium. Next we've got Millwall with The Den. Cool name for a stadium, but I've put it in average because it's the average kind of four-side stadium. It's nice. They've gone with that cool window design just at the end of the top stands, but it's simple, it's old-fashioned, and for that it's gone in average because it's similar to a few of Championship stadiums. Now we've got Forest, and it's another Riverside stadium here, and this is a stadium. It's got high capacity. It's got great views from the top stand, and that's why I've put it in lovely because it's a big stadium. I was thinking of putting it in average because it is a simple four-sided stadium, but I've decided I'll put it in lovely because it's a nice stadium. Now we've got Peterborough, and I've put them down in the bottom tier. It's not a particularly nice stadium, I've got to admit. It's a League One stadium, small, low capacity. Ironically, they have a stand called the Posh. I haven't been to Peterborough, so I wouldn't know whether it is a posh place or not. But the stadium, it's not very nice. Now we've got Preston North End, and I think this is a proper good stadium. I like this one. Good example of a four-sided stadium. Love the roof supports actually. Yeah, it's just a nice simple stadium, single tier. A lot of the way round. From the outside, it actually looks like a really nice stadium. However, it wasn't quite good enough, which is why it's gone into average. Now we've got Loftus Road, and there have been attempts to make this a bit of a nicer stadium. I don't think it's any nicer than it used to be. It's slap bang right in the middle of East London, crammed in amidst housing estates. I guess there would be a good atmosphere in matches, but